sexting. That's been in the popular vocabulary for a few years now, but many people may not know what it means. Mm-hmm. What is sexting?
Sexting is sending...
Because this is different than, quote, searching for pornography.
It is.
This is creating kind of a mild form of pornography.
Well, yes, actually it is. Sexting can be sending explicit text messages, either through words or through images to other people. So it could be very explicit text that you send about things that you want to do or what have you, or it could be nude images of yourself or other people that you send via text message.
The motive behind this, is it to shock? Is it erotic? Is it pride in one's body image? What's the motivation behind this? I mean,
yes, all of the above.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think,
all right.
You know, teens are very curious about all of this stuff. This is very titillating kind of a thing. Some people are more naturally exhibitionistic.
Yes, yes, that's true.
You know, there's an element of that in this. And sometimes it's drawn out of people who aren't really willing to do it because they're wanting to be affirmed, they're wanting to be liked. And I just read a CNN article about this week that's talking about how it's not a big deal and it's just a regular part of teenage culture these days. And it's nothing we should really worry about. We should try to stop it, but it's going to happen anyway. And they threw out some statistics that said it doesn't really lead to any further risky behavior. But at the same time, well, I can't believe that they're saying this is fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do they mean? It doesn't necessarily lead to any further risky behavior. That's true. I mean, running across the street at a bad moment in traffic, you get through on the other side. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do it again, but you don't think it's a good thing to do it in the first place, right?
Exactly. Like sending nude pictures of yourself, it's essentially creating pornography.
Yeah.
And distributing it on a very minimal level. However, what most teens don't necessarily realize is that it's creation and distribution of child pornography, and that can be prosecuted.
Do they understand, though, that it's apt to be circulated outside your intended audience?
I don't know that they quite get that. And this is the thing where teenage brain development comes into play. They don't think in the abstract like that all the time. The connections aren't formed in their brain enough to realize some of these longer-term consequences. They think, well, this is just this one instance, and I know the person I'm sending it to, and nothing could ever happen. You know, the teenage invincibility kind of a syndrome.
Yeah.
And so they don't realize that when they see on the news this kind of thing happen, it could really be them, because that's, you know, that's not going to happen to me. And so that's a big problem.
You know kids who have done sexting?
Oh, yeah. One poor mother found her son's iPod and looked through it and found all kinds of naked pictures of him and some girls that he was sending things to. And there's been a few different instances.
Did the girls reciprocate?
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, well, in some cases the girls are instigating, and in other cases it's the guy. It's not. A lot of times we have this perception that this is a guy problem.
Right.
And it's really going both ways at this point, and that's becoming more and more true as time goes on.
I hear people say that pornography is becoming a female problem as well. It used to be thought that female pornography were torrid romance novels or something, but they're getting more skin-oriented.
It is the case that men are wired to be more visually stimulated than women, and so women tend to or have tended to really be more aroused through words and fantasy and that kind of thing, and guys through visual pornography. I don't know what's happening, but it's almost like our very visual culture is reprogramming women to be more inclined to fall into visual pornography in this way. I don't know that there's been a ton of research done about that particular thing, but I don't see how the rise in pornography use among women isn't related to the fact that our culture is so oddly sexually focused.